So first of all, let's talk about the controllers, since this is the brain for the CO2 enhancement system. So with such a simple design, we can have the CO2 enhancement covered so easily and so user-friendly, very easy to operate. So with a controller like this, we have a sensor included. This is a two-in-one sensor with a photo cell and the CO2 sensing function. When using this kind of sensor, please do remember to hang it somewhere where the light is pouring down properly, or where it can represent the overall lighting in the greenhouse. Do not put it against the wall like this with the light blocking out. So you need to have the photo cell facing the light. Do not place against the wall or under facing down. So the sensor is not picking up the light properly. Because when you do that, when the sensor is not picking up the light, then the sensor will tell the device that it's nighttime. So no need to release CO2. So use it properly by placing it somewhere bright, somewhere that represents the actual lighting condition for the plants. Okay, then with the main device, it's very straightforward, but it helps you to keep the CO2 under control. We have a CO2 button and a deadband button, and you can see the reading on the screen. Now, the CO2 in the area in this room is about 700, and when you want to set the CO2, you press this one, go to your target, maybe your target is 1000, and you go to set. So the reading is back to the current stage, but do not worry about it. When you connect this part to a CO2 enhancement item, a device, then the CO2 will go up according to what you have set up here, which is 1000. But besides that, we have a deadband included. So with the deadband, this means a buffering zone. You have a buffering zone set up. Maybe you set it as 100. Yes, you set it as 100. So when the ppm goes up, to continue to go up by adding to 100. So the final value will be 1100. Then the target value will be reached. Then so 1000 plus 100 as the final number for the CO2 to reach as the target. Okay, that's for setting up the CO2 and setting up the deadband. With the CO2 ppm, the range is from 400 to 2000. And with the deadband, the range is from 50 to 500. Okay, can you see that clearly? Yes. This is two buttons for setting up the CO2 and setting up the deadband. Okay, and we talked about the different mode here. When we have three options. We have the ppm up, we have fuzzy logic, and we have ppm down. Okay, so when you are connecting the device to ppm up, it should be connected to a CO2 generator. So have this outlet connected to a CO2 generator as this one. And when it's fuzzy logic, we have a note here. As you can see, you should be connected to a CO2 tank. Okay, do not connect this mode to a CO2 generator. Otherwise, will result in the frequent on and off on the device, and because this mode will tell the CO2 regulator to turn the CO2 on for a while, then shut off, then on, then off. After several rounds of on and off, when the CO2 level in the area has finally reached the target, then the CO2 regulator will stop the CO2 from releasing more into the air. So this is the idea for the fuzzy logic. And we have the ppm down. ppm down is for connecting to a fan. You have this mode, then you connect the device to a fan through this outlet. to a fan to get rid of the extra CO2 that is, you don't need in the greenhouse, or the maximum and minimum number that you have set before by pressing these two together, which is also, noted here. Press both knobs, and then you can recall the maximum and the minimum number. Press the highest and the lowest. Okay, and if you press them seconds, hold them together, hold and press them together, you go to the cal, which is the calibration mode. So when you are using this calibration mode, do remember to set the CO2 sensor in the open space where the air circulation is good, and it's not in the room indoor where people are breathing or the space is crowded. Then the CO2 will not be calibrated properly. So set it somewhere that is outdoor and with good air circulation and with no smoke or any other pollution in the area. Okay, somewhere with fresh air. Okay, that's it about the whole device. For in terms of CO2 controlling, it's our model PPM-B1 and under our brand ProLeaf. Okay, and with this kind of controller, what kind of devices should we connect it to? We have this outlet, and let's check out other CO2 devices.